Hi, my name is Daphne, and I wanted to take out the camera to show you guys the ladybugs have officially returned to my backyard, and I'm thoroughly excited about that. But because I actually at a nursery today trying to find ladybug larvae as well as they also sell little cocoons for praying mantises. But I don't think I have to buy them this year if they're already here, so cross my fingers on that. But couldn't show you guys the ladybug, but I do want to show you guys what I picked up at the local nursery. It was like a candy store for gardeners, and it warmed my heart. It was my Mother's Day gift to myself. So I'm going to show you guys what I got at the local nursery, and also show you that we have raspberries and strawberries and blackberries coming up and blueberries. It's just going to be a food forest, and I'm thoroughly excited. Once we get rid of the forest, you'll be able to see the herbs and the berries and all of the lusciousness in this garden space. So I'm going to show you guys really quick what we got from the nursery, and then tomorrow we are putting these things in the ground, so and just sprucing up the garden space a little bit, and I'll show you guys that as well. So I'm going to show you. But they were having a Mother's Day sale at the local nursery, and I have never been more excited in my life to show you guys what I got. So obviously do not need any more blueberry plants. Well, I guess you can never have enough blueberry plants because they don't spread like raspberries do. You know, they kind of stay to themselves, at least mine have. So this one is I got this from Oakland Nursery. Look at the price. It is a North Blue blueberry. Have no idea what that is, but it was $10. Couldn't pass that up. And then for the little goodies, so I have another strawberry plug. Don't need it, but I did get one just to fill in a small little spot. And it is an Allen strawberry. I don't know what that is. Supposedly it produces large strawberries, and that's perfectly fine. And we get an extra bonus for this one as well. So I'll let it fully develop and then kind of root it out, and you get 2 for 1 here. I have a mullein. Only because the mullein seeds I do have are the seedlings I started. I don't know if they're gonna make it because they're struggling. So there's 2 in this pot. So I'm actually going to probably put these in the ground or in a bigger pot. Mullein actually starts to flower within the 2nd year, and I'm not exactly sure how old these are, but I think they look like they might be on their 1st year. So maybe I'll just put them in a 5-gallon bucket for now. But aren't they cute? Fuzzy little things. Also got the entire tray for I think under $40. They were actually, and that's a sale, by the way. I have some catnip because apparently squirrels like catnip as well, and so they were digging up the catnip from last year and none of it returned. So this year I'm going to put it inside of a wide container, and then just put some chicken fencing or put some fencing around it to keep the squirrels out and my cat as well. We have some East Indian lemongrass here. Isn't she beautiful? And we have 2 rosemaries because I never can keep rosemary alive, so I'm going to try this year. I'm actually not going to put these in the ground. I'm going to put these in a pot and then try it and see if I can overwinter them. Cross my fingers on that. I have a sweet marjoram. I think I'm pronouncing that properly. It is a perennial, and I'm trying to get all perennials, so most of these should actually come back next year with some TLC. I actually started some of this herb from seed, and it's actually in the other container within the enclosed space. But there were some spaces that need to be filled in so that the squirrels can stop digging in certain locations. So I actually brought this as a space filler until the other ones kind of thicken out. And the best way to do that is actually to chop it down a little bit. So I'm going to take a piece of this. Behind the lemongrass here, we have some lavender. And I actually purchased this Melissa lavender because it is a perennial within my zone. Always good to check the tags. So for this one, good for zones 5 to 9. And it is a perennial. Some of them actually did not state perennial. They just stated ornamental. And I didn't want to take a chance that this wouldn't come back next year because it would be a waste of money if it decides not to come back next year. Like I said, we have the mullein, we have 3 catnip plants, and then we also have some sage. Now typically I start sage from seed, and I get all of my my medicinal herb seeds from Strictly Medicinal Seeds. Not a plug, just that's where I get them from. But I didn't actually start any regular sage seeds this year. And so I just purchased some regular garden sage. You don't need a lot of this. This is actually 3 plants here. And if separated, they will kind of bunch out, especially if you head them out. I actually grow sage for Thanksgiving to make the dressing with. So definitely needed some sage this year. Don't know what I'm going to do with this sweet marjoram, but I like the scent. It is beautiful. I also use the rosemary for Thanksgiving and just for cooking in general. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the lavender either, because I have a whole container of lavender, but we'll figure it out. All right, so it's later on in the day, but I've been out here literally for a couple of hours, and just want to show you guys the updates. So I did put in the new strawberry plug. Look at this. Slugs. Did put in the new strawberry plug right here. Probably actually should have moved it there. I don't know why I put it so close. I might actually end up moving that further over, but just the fillies, and still have to do a little bit of weeding. And our strawberry will be ready probably tomorrow. Excited about that. And then all of the herbs, I actually took the tomatoes out and just put them where I want them to go. And I'll up-pot them tomorrow. So over here we have sun sugar cherry. Yeah, sun sugar cherry. And I probably will just have this standing up here. I also reinforced this doorway. So I don't know if you guys can notice it, but it is actually a lot straighter than it used to be. Literally what I did was just purchase these garden stakes from Menards and just had my husband shift it over this way and then just tied some rope as the quickest fix for right now. But it is level, which is a wonderful thing. Wasn't quite level before, and it was just slowly leaning over since the property drifts this way. So now it is perfectly straight and level and just looks beautiful. Also, all of the herbs that were purchased yesterday got up-potted into the semi-permanent locations, and I did a lot of weeding as well. Look at all of these. They're nothing but herbs over here. So over here we have our peppermint, which I actually laid down so it can root and just fill up this basket. We have some mullein here. Well, mullein, both of these pots here. We do have an echinacea that was grown from seed last year. I just put that within a 3-gallon bucket. Should be in a 5-gallon, but I really didn't feel like up-potting that. The bee balm actually got up-potted as well. It's a little lax because it did get up-potted, but hopefully with the rain tomorrow it will actually bounce back. Here we have our regular sage. Yeah, this is our white sage. I started from seed. We have our garden sage here that was purchased from the nursery. Our tulsi, which got some grass clippings from mulch. We also have our other echinacea, which got up-potted to a 5-gallon bucket there. We have some raspberry plants, which, by the way, actually started to root. So I didn't know you can do that, but first year raspberry shoots, if you put them within moist soil, they will actually root. And probably next year will actually be producing fruit, or can actually be sold as a cutting. Well, not a cutting, but a sapling. So definitely successful with doing it. I actually dug up a larger one just since this experiment was successful, just to have them all root within the bucket, and then next year I'll separate them out. We have our chamomile, which is here. I'm actually going to put a covering over this so the squirrels do not get into this, because they will dig this up. The thyme probably needs to be beheaded a little, but the thyme also got up-potted and put into a 3-gallon bucket. We also have our self-heal, which is actually from the only ones remaining from last year. I just actually put it in a smaller container just to allow for it to develop roots. We have our rosemary here and our lemongrass here. By the way, can you see this hyssop? Isn't she gorgeous? And then I did plant in the lavender here and just put some mulch down and some forks to keep the squirrels out. Hopefully that works. And then all throughout, isn't it just beautiful? A little herb garden here. It just needs to be mulched and maybe lined up, and I'll do that at a later point. We do have our up-potted blueberry here as well, so it'll remain in the pot for this year, and the next year I'll actually create a garden bed probably here. I'll have to move the peppermint somewhere else. And then look at all of these berries. This is actually getting covered tonight before I go inside the house. And then all of our peppers have not been planted yet, but they are sitting in their location. So we have Marconi red on either end, and then we do have our sun sugar right in the middle. And this area needs to be kind of weeded. But we do actually have nothing but cayenne pepper in this one. Then this got completely de-weeded. You guys may not be able to tell too much, but this entire area was basically parsleying and grass, and so that got ripped out. I need some mulch for it to just grow back, I know that much. I actually took out quite a few yarrow because I didn't need so much. And actually took all of the domes down and just put the tomatoes where they will be. I'm not gonna put them in the ground today, it's just I'm kind of tired, but I will do that tomorrow. Here are just some leftover peppers that I might just give away, hot peppercorns and here, hot peppercorns, there's sugar rush, there's some jalapenos, which will actually be potted up and put on the porch. Some smaller hot peppers, but I don't actually think they're gonna produce any fruit this year because they're so tiny. Some zinnias that I'll put in the ground once I put the tomatoes in and know where they're going. Here are some leftover tomatoes. So we have some Black Beauties, a Sugar Rush, a Dr. Witchy's, a white tomaso. We have a pineapple tomato, a couple of Abe Lincolns, some Cherokee purples, which I don't need. I actually have too many plants out here as it is, so I might just put a posting 2 for $5 or something like that just to get rid of them and make sure they have good homes. But look at this. This is how you can tell your tomatoes were in the pot too long. Look at that. Oh, yeah, way in the pot too long. So they have to come out and I'm gonna have to tease the roots a little bit. Can we appreciate though how much borage is coming up? And it's weird because the borage I actually planted, like I actually tried to start from seed, have not actually come up yet. So it is actually a good thing that I just have them randomly popping up as volunteers, because I'm just gonna actually take some of these and just kind of spread them out. You have this huge borage here, which I actually might leave there. But there's another one coming in here that needs to be up-potted, and this one too needs to be placed somewhere else. But within the rows here, we here a Cherokee purple here, which will be in this area. In this section of Cherokee purple here. So these 3 are Cherokee purples. And then we have Amish paste here, an Amish paste here, and an Amish paste here. So this entire row will be Cherokee purples and Amish paste. And then over here, we have Abe Lincolns here, 2 Dr. Witchy's here for this trellis here. And then we have 2 San Marzanos. I'm actually gonna completely dehead this mugwort and actually just dry this, clean it and dry it. And I'm also gonna do the same thing to the oregano. It'll grow back, but I'm just gonna keep beheading it so it doesn't get out of control. So I can actually put 2 tomato plants here. And the good thing is they're companions to tomato plants, specifically mugwort, because mugwort would actually repel certain pests and actually attracts predator wasps, which is actually good to, you know, trap and kill the tomato hornworm. And then we also here have San Marzanos here as well. So we have Abe Lincolns, Dr. Witchy's, and then the rest of these are San Marzanos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tomatoes in this bed, but this is a 20-foot bed. It should be okay. Although last year, getting towards the end, it was problematic, but that was because the mulberry tree was huge, but it got a huge trimming this year. So I'm hoping for more light in this section. So we have 20 tomatoes in this bed, so that should be enough. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tomatoes in this bed. This one I think is a 16 to 17 foot bed, so that should be fine. And then I actually put some grass clippings on all of the herbs. Tried my best to get the stinging nettle. But we have our sweet marjoram that got planted in here. Banana mint, the catnip is officially gated because I don't want anything or any birds digging that up. And then I don't know if you guys can tell, this area has been de-weeded so that my golden seal can be left alone. But there will be some winter squash in this bed, and the center bed there. So I'm leaving those empty. But outside of a nice comfrey, we do have some peppers in this bed because this is partially shaded. So we have a bell pepper, 2 bell peppers, and a cayenne pepper here. And then it looks like we have an asparagus going in and some borage. And this one's gonna need to be placed somewhere else so that the kale can grow. We have an echinacea here with some green onions and an asparagus, and this is bindweed on this one. There's nothing in this bed yet. This is going to be the okra bed and the summer squash bed, and there's some asparagus in here. And then in here we have our fun tomatoes. So our white tomasols, 2 white tomasols, 2 black beauties, and a very ate up kale. So I'm hoping that this will be the fun bed. And I actually weeded behind this fence and actually lifted the gate so that I can walk back there and just keep the weeds down because it was horrible last year. And then the tomatoes get on the other side of the fence. So I actually purchased 2 poles here as well and lifted the gate up. So I'm very happy about that. And then kind of weeded this area here as well, specifically this area because it needed it. And I'm just noticing the difference already about how straight this this door looks. I'm very excited about this trellis. And then here, I took out all of the raspberries. I want to try cucumbers, but it's never been successful in this bed, so I'm actually just gonna probably put something else in here that I know will grow. So a lot of work. I appreciate the beauty. I felt bad ripping out the the cabbage, but I had to have the tomatoes in here, and to be honest with you, I'm not using them, so, and I'm not saving seeds, so it just kind of needed to come out. Have some more weeding to do apparently. This purslane, it just goes everywhere. Yeah, but I'm very excited about it, specifically now. And hope I can just stay on top of it until I get the mulch. But look how beautiful that is. Yeah, I will be putting these plants in the ground tomorrow, so that it is a job for early morning. And get them all watered in before the sun kind of roasts them, and then also some weeding. And I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do all of those things tomorrow, but probably we will put the plants in the ground and do a bunch of weeding in the process, and we'll start that early morning and hope that we can finish it. There is some more days of rain, so if we can actually get these in the ground before the rain, that'll be wonderful because they'll acclimate properly. And we can go from there. But anyway, happy Mother's Day to you and all, and I hope that you guys did take advantage of your local nursery's Mother's Day sales, because I most certainly did. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day, and happy Mother's Day. Peace.